Did you have a bug baby? You already had a bug baby? Jesus, Nolan. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Invincible. We're now on season 2, episode 4, which is called It's Been a While, which I think is a fitting title considering how we ended the last episode, which was crazy. So the last episode, we had Mark starting his first day at university. It was an emotional time for both, well, mostly for his mom, but kind of a transitional time for him. We didn't really even get a chance to start his classes though before an alien from a distant planet showed up saying that they needed Mark's help to save their planet from meteor showers and that they'd heard across the galaxy that Mark is the guy to go to if your planet needs help. So Mark wasn't really going to go, but then he had his best friend tell him, hey, you know, when you turned a blind eye before, people got hurt. This is a chance for you to do good with your powers. And Mark is still carrying around a lot of guilt over what happened between him and his father fighting and all the collateral damage that happened from that. So he decides to go, basically ignores Cecil's orders to stay, lets Amber know and tells Amber to tell his mom. Speaking of his mom, we see that she was going through a lot, you know, having Mark leave the house, right, very shortly after Nolan's departure. She's really struggling with where she fits now in her life, what she's supposed to do. She's feeling isolated. She's still grieving her marriage, grieving just everything, the life that she had before Nolan destroyed it. And she ended up going to this, what was supposed to be a support group for people who've suffered losses, especially those who are spouses of superheroes. But through a series of unfortunate events, she ends up having to tell she chose to tell one of these people who was a spouse of someone that Nolan killed who she was. And he basically said, yeah, don't come back. It's not safe for you anymore. Not safe for us anymore. And so really sad because now she's really, really alone because she has no idea yet that Mark has actually left the planet. So yeah, she's really going through it. And then, we also had a little short on Alan the alien, who we were introduced to last season. We found out his backstory and also found out that he was helping this coalition of planets. We found out the coalition is actually corrupt because the leader of the coalition is feeding information to the Viltrumites. So whether that's because he's one of them or working with them, we don't know yet. But Alan, as far as we know, looks like he was taken off the table at the end of this little mini short there. And then we ended the episode with the pièce de résistance, which is that Nolan actually sent this alien all the way to Earth to get Mark under false pretenses. So big questions around why he brought Mark there. Where is his head at? What's he going to try to get Mark to do? All kinds of things. And I'm very excited to jump into the episode and find out. But just before I do, a reminder that I do a lot of different reactions here on this channel, including this one. And if you'd like to support me, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you like this video, I'd love it so much if you threw some likes and comments on this particular video. It helps me out a lot. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right about now. Oh, we're going to follow Nolan now. Okay. Tears in his eyes. That goatee game, though. Did you do that, Nolan? Did you do that? Not him just flying by a sun like it's nothing. Okay, so Nolan just trying to outrun his feelings, huh? Just hanging out in a star ring, huh? Just letting that old gravitational force just pull you in? Wow, not him actually considering giving up. Y'all got a little too close, huh? Not Nolan helping the bug people. What do you know? Maybe Mark did get a little of that from his dad. Just maybe. Nolan said, let me take you all the way home. Damn, Nolan, take a nap.
I don't know who you are, but we owe you our lives.
You do.
Tell us your name, where you come from.
You say from Earth or Viltrum? Okay, well, that's still a big gap. Uh-oh, not double fists. Gonna hug him? You're gonna hug him. They're like, what's going on? I thought Earth people liked each other. No? Families? No? Can y'all both stop? Yeah, you're not gonna hit him, Mark.
I missed you.
Really?
Thraxans told me that they needed my help.
They lied.
It's complicated. Come with me and
Now, why would you lie to me again?
Hmm.
Why would you think I'd ever want to see you again?
'Cause I'm your dad.
You called Mom a pet.
Yeah, he did.
just listen.
I don't have to listen to anything you say.
I know the anger's coming.
Son,
No, you don't get to call me that anymore.
what do you want me to
It's
say,
coming.
Mark?
You could have started with, I'm sorry.
Is he though? I don't know if he is.
You know what? Don't bother. All right, it wouldn't mean anything anyway.
You sure? I think it would.
Fuck you.
Okay. Well, that went well.
You'll never make it home on your own.
Watch me.
Mark, it's millions of miles
I'll make
and
it.
you don't know the way. Navigation was never your strong suit.
Damn!
Come back.
Ouch.
Please?
What are you gonna do if I don't? Knock all my teeth out again?
They did grow back, which is kind of crazy.
His people do need your help. Let me tell you why.
I don't care.
You do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have
I
come
know
this whole
that's
way.
not true.
Yeah.
5 minutes. For them, not you.
I hate that Nolan knows exactly how to manipulate him. It sucks.
They asked me to be their emperor.
Emperor, conqueror, what's the difference?
Many countries, not much. Is that your new wife? Blech! I wasn't ready.
Welcome to our home.
Damn, you just traded your wife, huh? You're
I know this comes as a surprise.
Oh shit, I'm surprised. You're married to Mom.
is he?
I can't go back to Earth, Mark. Not ever. The life I had.
All right, you're all done with Mom and all done with Earth. Good to know. Super glad you got to show me how great your life is without us.
That's not what I wanted to show you.
Did you have a bug baby?
What else could you possibly...
You already had a bug baby? Jesus, Nolan. Your brother or sister, I
This is your
guess.
little brother.
Great.
You gotta be...
I'm sorry, Mark. Your dad's a hoe. Why would he bring Mark here for that? Nolan just be breaking the rules all the time. I don't think they're supposed to be breeding at all. He's just leaving little Viltrumites everywhere, huh? He probably has more... Mark, you should look around. I think you better stick to Earth people going forward, because God knows how many babies that man has just about the galaxy. Any aliens or a no? Don't do it, Deb. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. That space hoe is not worth it.
Why did you marry me? Was it just to be cruel? Just to hurt someone?
I don't even think Nolan knows why he married you, sis.
I never knew you at all, did I?
Afraid not. There, Deb. Let it out. Again? Really just has a one-track mind, huh? Gotta make a clone.
You have all of my memories, my experiences. Because
You're a clone.
I'm the clone.
But he's a clone, too.
This is going to be so much.
Okay, well, I mean, we talk about embracing, you know? Lemons to lemonade. Oh, sir. No.
Eddie, it's Donald.
Donald doesn't know, does he? Speaking of clones. That crash site across the street mean anything to you there, Donnie? Cecil, I think, used the Mauler's technology to clone Donald. And I feel like there's a bunch of them. That's just my theory. Not your glasses. Those are standard issue. Doesn't mean anything.
Oh my gosh, Eve.
Hey, it's my favorite superhero.
Uh-oh.
I tried texting Mark, but they're not going through. Do you guys know where he is?
Ooh, about that. Remember Seance Dog?
I'm starting with that.
Come on, let's go grab a coffee and catch up.
Hey, don't you guys have class?
Clash math.
Your treehouse is like miles away. Do you need somewhere to crash?
No, I keep a place in the city.
Interesting. Guess she's still upset about what happened at the park. I understand her wanting to talk to Mark about it.
You just replaced us. Except, bugs.
That's not true.
Mom's going through hell back on Earth, and you were getting it on with the grasshopper 2 seconds after you. He's way older than 6 months, which means you weren't...
Thraxan biology is different than ours.
Don't touch me.
I was lost when I left Earth.
That part's true.
Oh, so now you're a good guy, right? Here, not on Earth.
You don't have to forgive me,
Good.
Good.
but he is innocent in all this.
Oh, well, I wasn't.
We're only allowed to procreate with genetically similar species. Humans, for example.
Oh.
Look at you. You are a Viltrumite in almost every way.
Except I'm not a monster.
By now, Viltrum knows I've left my post.
Yeah.
And they'll find this planet. And when they do,
They'll
see
obliterate
your
everyone.
brother as inferior and kill him.
How's that, my...
And I can't stop them alone.
Oh!
Can stop them.
Oh, okay. This is so messed up. That's just so messed up, Nolan.
And now you want me to risk
You
my
are
life to
messed
save
up,
some
Nolan.
kid you had with another woman while still married to
Right?
Mom?
Like, you really
He's
don't
your
have any
brother,
nerve.
Mark.
You don't get to put that on me.
But your brother and all
Oh, you
these
keep
people
pulling that
will
manipulation.
die.
Your brother. Not my
You're
responsibility.
the reason they're in danger.
Yep.
You signed their death warrant, not me.
Yup.
And now I'm asking you to help me save them.
This is so unfair.
How can I help? I couldn't even beat you.
We can start training right away. Get you ready for what's
I
coming.
mean, this isn't a bad thing. Morally and ethically, this is so effed up.
What was that?
Oh, are they already here? Time's up, Nolan.
We need more time.
You're not getting it.
Oh, shit. Are those?
Your friends.
Dad.
Go!
Nah, Nolan's messed up for this. That is some baby daddy stuff right there. That is some went for a pack of cigarettes, never came back stuff. You really put this boy through emotional hell. You drop that he's got a brother and now he's got to protect him. That is the worst emotional manipulation. Oh, I'm going to have things to say after this episode.
You never told me what his name is.
We allow children to choose their own name once they come of age.
Okay.
Braxton lifespans
Fair.
aren't like humans. Only one of your years.
1 year?
It seems your father's genes have slowed our son's aging. Still, we expect his first words any day now. I didn't knowingly try to replace your mother.
Yeah, I didn't mean that.
That wasn't on you.
By the time I found out about you and your mother, I was already, what's the human phrase? Head over feet?
Heels. Head over heels.
Nolan loves and misses you. Even if he can't say it to you. He said it to me.
The great Nolan fathered a child with an
The
herb.
great Nolan.
If you fight well, we may allow you to join the Empire.
Pass.
Maybe I wasn't.
Nolan made another child?
Yeah, he's a bit of a... He's like, that tickled. I survived a purge. You're going to have to come harder than that. Okay? Sorry, Mark, but
Sure, you're Nolan's son.
he'd rather not be right now.
Like these creatures.
Not the one finger. Damn it, Mark. Holy crap.
Stay away from my children, Lucan.
You knew the consequences when you had them.
Ma'am, you're just going to kneel while something falls on your head? These are not a bright species, are they?
You deserve death.
Does. Damn. Damn. That's for Alan.
I know.
We're fine. Mark sheltered us.
Good. Mark, come with me.
I just got my butt handed to me. I don't think I'm up for this fight, Dad. Like, respectfully, you took me here. You called me here to die. No, seriously, Nolan is still so fully in the doghouse.
Not tonight, it isn't.
You're making a mess.
Oh, what's the matter? You done already? Get up.
Eve,
That's right.
take what you need from him. You're destroying the city for what? Yeah. See, you could have ended that fight a minute ago. Get it together, Eve. You're gonna really need to get it together, sis. That's because you were too busy trying to pick a fight. Damn.
Help! I need help here!
Check for breathing and pulse.
Just help them.
Let's hope. Whew, everybody lost this season.
Debbie, are you home? Can I come in?
Art,
I didn't say yes, and why is my door open?
But you didn't pick up.
Creepy?
You okay?
No, haven't been for weeks.
Was all of it a lie? All of it?
Complicated. Just like the Facebook status.
I don't even know why I miss Nolan so much.
Because you loved him.
He's barely around.
But obviously he made their time together count.
You thought I was strong.
Nolan has superpowers. He's indestructible.
Exactly, easy.
That's not strength. That's having it easy.
Precisely.
Standing up to him, raising Mark the way you did.
Tell her.
You're the real reason we're all still alive and not slaves. Or worse. You made things work without him.
Precisely.
Now, it's just official. You don't need the bum.
Yeah, he's a bum. He's a bum. And he's a... All right, so what are we going to tell our pal here? He's a clone. Anyone? Anyone? You don't have clearance. Oh, you know his password. Handy.
Run now!
Wow, he's about to watch his clone get murked. That's gonna leave a... It's gonna leave a mental mark. Great. Now Cecil's gonna have to get another clone.
Oh no.
Yeah, you kind of did this to them, Nolan.
Why? Why do I care about that?
Why are you choking me? Why are you choking me?
Barely a species.
Can you choke one of the dead people?
They shouldn't matter to me.
That doesn't mean they should die.
You don't understand!
Why are you choking me?
How is this better?
This is how you should have felt on Earth.
There it is. Whoomp.
Lucan was weak. Now he's dead.
Then he deserved his fate.
I'll kill you for what you did to these people.
Ooh. The way she was like, anyway.
Wait,
Mark,
you don't have to.
you're gonna have
You're
to.
Nolan's son. I'll make this quick.
You better grab her by that braid and smack her around, Mark. I'm dead ass. I need you to dig deep. I need you to dig deep.
You should worry about yourself, Nolan.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mark being there, probably not. Nolan, you miscalculate. Oh my god, she has a spear in her hair. I just noticed that. Her hair as a weapon is kind of badass, I'm not gonna lie.
I promised I'd make it quick.
Nolan having to take on two of them. Mark, come on!
Mark, what are you doing? She's tearing you.
I know, it's like, I don't fight for a living.
This is different.
How would he know
Stop
that?
holding back, or you're gonna get us both killed.
I'm not holding back.
Yes, you are. She's trying to kill you, Mark. If you're not trying to kill her, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Don't think. Act.
This is the Viltrum way.
I don't kill people.
If you don't do this,
We're all dead.
all dead.
She's back!
Remember what I told you.
I know, Mark, I hate this, but this is different rules. Your dad's not kidding. These people are not going to show you mercy. I need you to dig deep, boo. There we go. That's my boy. Fight like your mama. That's what you need to do. Bitch. Now take her by her hair and swing her. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Thank you.
Now finish the job.
Don't pant. Finish the job. She's gonna keep coming for you. Mark's not gonna be okay after this. And I'm not talking about physically. Do it, Mark. I mean, I hate cheering for this.
Dad!
Somebody needed to do this. I don't know. She's a vampire from Blade.
Are you okay?
okay in a few weeks.
No.
It's over.
Something's gonna
Let me have a
happen.
look.
Knew it. Oh, my back.
It's done.
Okay, well, bye, Nolan. Jeez.
But you don't get something for nothing in this world. You especially don't get something for nothing from you.
Period.
We take it, we feel we owe you. And I'm done feeling that way.
She said what she said. You might. Being poor sucks.
Dad.
Mark, don't forget the good I did. My work, my books. Read my books, Mark.
Oh, actually, you know, he's probably putting there's probably very, very important information in those books about Viltrum in between the lines. You back home? All right, well, y'all need to talk anyway. Can I see your eyes? We never see your eyes. Maybe that's where this creepiness is sourced. Don't blow a knife. Just want to see if there's actual blood that's going to come out. Is it blue? Green? No, just blood. You're a healthy clone. Also, you didn't have to stab yourself so hard. Like a little pinprick would have been enough. Jeez. Oh, well, there's that. What are your bones made out of, bro? You're an android.
Good. You're alive.
Who the hell are you?
My name is General Krieg.
Don't care.
Proving yourself worthy of your Viltrumite heritage.
Go fuck yourself.
Well.
Your father will be executed, and you will return to Earth. You will assume his mission and prepare the planet for our rule.
I won't.
You can kill a few humans to convince them to capitulate, or we will kill millions if we arrive to find you or your planet still defiant against us.
I mean, you were going to do that anyway.
And unlike your father, we do not change our minds. Good luck on your mission.
Good luck. An human expression. Interesting. Well, Mark, I'm so sorry. Your dad really screwed you, pal. I don't know what else to say it. Yeah, he really screwed the pooch for you. I'm so sorry. I mean, I guess in one way or another, it was going to end up this way anyway, but damn, Nolan, damn. You just had to get in there and mess with his mind a little bit first, huh? All right. That was episode 4, and that was crazy. That was crazy. There was a lot of things I was expecting from Nolan. I think this was, I mean, my option A, what I said from last episode, I said option 1 was that he's actually changed and wants to show Mark that he's done that, or he's going to say, look, that I conquered and everyone's happy. So it was the first one. Oh man. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. It's the bulk of the episode. This is complicated. This is very, very complicated. But I'm really glad that the show is doing this because it's so easy to say Nolan bad, evil, villain. We hate him. Look at the terrible things he did. And I talked about this a lot last season, that Nolan, it's not as black and white with him as it might seem initially. Like, did he do terrible things? Absolutely. Is he a villain for what he did to Earth? Of course. However, when you look at the whole picture about the fact that he was raised on a planet where this type of behavior was enforced, where from the sounds of things, he literally survived a purge of all the people on his planet that thought more like he actually does. It was a matter of survival. And most of us love to say that there's things that we would do if we were in a situation where it was life and death. But if you've never actually been in a life and death situation, it's really hard to be able to say, this is absolutely the way that I would be. It's really not that simple. And people do things to stay alive sometimes, and sometimes they can live with it and sometimes they can't. In Nolan's case, I think he did what he had to do to survive. And then, you know, the indoctrination that the Viltrumites were pouring in for the surviving people, like, they have to be this vicious in order to justify what they've done, right? Because how do you even live with the fact that you took out half of your population? Half of the people who are like you. That's crazy. Like, that's going to mess with you on such a crazy level that you need to feed yourself with something else to not make yourself want to just end it all, quite frankly. I'm sure most Viltrumites are probably on the brink of ending it on any given day, because that's not a happy existence. None of them look happy. All of them look like they are miserable, miserable sods, and they should be, because there is no joy in dominating. There's no joy in not having love. Because why love? Why could you ever love as a Viltrumite if all you know is that one day if you think they're too weak, you're gonna have to take them out anyway, right? It's a miserable existence. And so anyway, it's when you understand kind of what Nolan went through and kind of what he's had to do to survive, and then you translate that to kind of when he came to Earth, this mission, again, we don't know what he did before. I don't know if Earth was his first mission or not, but for whatever reason, Deb got to him. And maybe it is because, as he mentioned, like Earthlings are more like Viltrumites, like as far as their physiology. So maybe that's why. Maybe it reminded him more of people who look like him, although we all know that no one's that kind of freak. You don't care if they're human or bug people, but we'll come back to that. Something about Debbie was enough. He fell for Debbie, and Debbie asked the right questions this episode when she said, why me? Why did he marry me? He could have taken Earth. He could have come and literally taken us all out and had this place conquered in a matter of hours. Why did he go through all this? Why did he spend 20 years being my husband and being a father when he didn't have to? And that's the big question. And I'm sure if you ask Nolan, now maybe he'll actually admit the fact is because he actually fell in love with Deb, because he actually enjoyed being around humans. He actually likes saving lives, and he actually loves Mark. He loves his kids. So, that's it. And that's not very Viltrumite of him. He's an anomaly. I've been saying this for the last couple of episodes that Nolan, no matter what I guess we found out now that he was allowed to breed as long as they were close enough to Viltrumite. But all the same, it sounds like a lot of these Viltrumites don't even do that. So he was already a bit of an anomaly. In every version of this, he's a bit of an anomaly. So it looks like, he is more like Mark. How to put it? I guess it's fair to say that Mark doesn't just get his empathy and his sense of justice from his mom. Like, it is coming from Nolan, even if Nolan's done his best to suppress it for God knows how long. And so anyway, seeing now that he, had a hard time. He left Earth, flew basically till he couldn't fly anymore. And we saw it. He was about to let that planet's gravitational force pull him in. He was ready to let it all go because he figured, I can't go home. I can't go back to Earth. What is left for me? So that shows you that Nolan actually did care. Like, he actually got super depressed because, as he said, he no longer had a mission. He no longer had people, right? Because he couldn't go back to Viltrum. And then the two people that he did love hated him. Well, in his mind, hated him. So you can see why he kind of got to this point where he felt like he didn't have anything to live for. And then, of course, the bug people came in and just sort of threw a monkey wrench in that. But again, the reason why is because Nolan didn't have to help them. He could have been like, I'm about to go anyways. We'll just go together. But he did help them, just like he helped people of Earth. Was he a little jaded? Was he a little bit, detached sometimes when he was doing it? Yeah. But by and large, he cared about people. And then again, when he saw that opportunity to save someone with those bug people, again, in a species that he's been taught is inferior, he still did it. Brought them all the way back to their planet. Could have just left them in space, but took them all the way back to their planet. So I get why Nolan did what he did. I get it, right? When you're at a low point, a lot of things can happen very quickly. As far as the bug woman, Nolan's just a freak. Nolan's just a freak like that, all right? Listen, it is what it is. It ain't for me, but I'm not here to judge anybody's freakiness, okay? But no, for real, I don't think, I understand, we're going to get to Mark's feelings in a minute, but I don't think it was a matter of him wanting to quote unquote replace Debbie. I think it was just that he missed her and he was upset, again, very low, and you've got someone who's showing you kindness. Things happen, and they clearly did happen. And it's easy. I think everything with this bug woman and his other child were very much just him trying to not think about how much he missed Debbie and Mark and couldn't do anything about that. Because in his mind, he was like, I'm never going back there and I may never see them again. So yeah, in that moment, I understand the decision. Was it still selfish and a little bit harsh? Yeah. And it's interesting because they kept calling him the Great Nolan. So clearly he made a reputation for himself on Viltrum. And one might look at that and think, okay, well, if he was considered to be a great fighter on Viltrum, which means he would have been one of the most brutal, how could he go from that to what we see here? But I found that sometimes when there's a belief system that someone has and they are going against it, like a moral belief system, a lot of times they feel like if I just keep pushing harder against this belief system, eventually my conscience will stop bothering me. Eventually I'll desensitize myself to the point where it won't hurt me anymore. The desensitization does happen to an extent, but after a while, the core beliefs will always be there. And I think that's what happened with Nolan. Like, he went hard in the paint around the Viltrumites because he had to, but being on Earth, being away from that influence, being around people who were not like that, he started to go back to his default, belief system, which obviously at least half the Viltrumites had, which is that I don't want to kill everybody. I don't want to take out people who are like me. I want to love. I want to have companionship. I want to just live a life. Like, why is that so weird? And yeah, that's basically what happened, I think, when he was back on this planet, along with a side of, like I said, him trying to just get over the fact that he was mourning his wife and son. So yeah, it was good to see that there's more facets to Nolan. Like, Nolan still has a lot of things, I think there's still a lot there. Like, don't get me wrong, he's not perfect, but I think Mark needed to see that. Like, and then this is something I wish Debbie, well, actually, no, Debbie would not have taken it well, but I kind of hope that when Mark gets back to Earth, he can talk to his mom about this, because she kind of needs to hear this. We see that she's really struggling with, did he ever love me? Like, was I really that, like, crazy to think that we had a love, that we actually had a relationship and a connection? And she wasn't, because Nolan wasn't faking that. But I understand why she's kind of going out of her mind thinking that might be the case. So anyway, yeah, for Mark, it was good for him to see that, because I think that helps him feel better about himself and about the Viltrumite side of himself, because we've seen since the season began that he's so scared of being like his dad and people thinking that he's like his dad. But now that he knows that his dad is not just this world destroyer with no conscience, it'll help him reconcile what he is a lot better and know that he can make a different choice. And that's really, I think, what he needed. So anyway, him bringing Mark to the planet like that, though, was messed up. Let's just get into that. It was very messed up. Very selfish of Nolan. That's, again, like I said, he's not perfect. I get that he was desperate because he was like, what else can I do? It's not like I can call another Viltrumite, but very selfish to do that to Mark, knowing that it could get Mark killed. Although I think that shows he has a lot of faith in Mark's abilities. But like, to be like, yeah, hey, welcome. By the way, got remarried, have a new kid. That's your brother. You need to save him. Like, Mark was like, like, just mind blowing, heart shot, right? Like, I do think he would have left Mark out of it if he could have, but it was still really a crappy thing for him to do, because that's a lot for Mark to take. You saw Mark, like, his emotions are everywhere. He had to hug him because it's like, it's Dad, I miss you, but also I hate you. And it was so much. And of course, Mark's not gonna, like, how is he supposed to feel about this baby, right? Finding out you got a half brother, which is like, what, 3-4 Earth months since you left? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot for Mark to take in. And it was a lot for Nolan. And Nolan knew that Mark is too much of a bleeding heart. He knows that the kind of morals that Mark was raised with because of his mom. There's no way Mark was going to walk away and let his brother just get slaughtered. There's no way Mark was going to walk away when he could help people. And Nolan knew that. Nolan, let's be real. I think if he thought he could raise that kid somewhere else, he would have taken him and gone. But he felt guilty because his wife the new wife probably never would have been fine. Although actually Nolan didn't think that through. Now that I think about it, since he said they only live one Earth year, he could have just taken the baby and left. They all would have. I'm sorry, that's so mean. Anyway, but anyways, it was a lousy thing for him to do. He definitely manipulated Mark all the way from getting him to come there to making him help. And again, we see that he was actually planning to train Mark, which, as I said in the episode, would have been a good thing, because Mark definitely needs to learn how to fight better with his abilities. But it looks like there's also some instinctual stuff in there, because his dad said to him, you saw when he started getting his butt whipped, his dad was like, you need to stop holding back. You need to let go and do what comes instinctually. And when he did that, he was rocking that lady. He was and he could have taken her out. I knew he wasn't going to do it. I wish he did, but I knew he wasn't going to do it. But like I said, I can't be mad at him for not wanting to cross that line, because it's a very fuzzy line. And if Nolan hadn't crossed it all those years ago, well, he wouldn't be here. Let's be real. The Viltrumites would have taken him out. But anyway, yeah, poor Mark having to go through that. But now he knows that there is even more to him, that he's got even more depth to his power that he hasn't really even tapped into. And going forward, he's going to have to, because he's going to have to fight all of Viltrum from the sounds of things. It ain't good. But yeah, we see that unfortunately Nolan was taken out in the fight. That guy, whatever his name was, came and sounds like broke his back. So yeah, he wasn't able to move. I think Nolan would eventually heal from it, but not in enough time. Now we found out that yes, the Viltrumites feel that Mark is a worthy heir, and they want him to take over the post of Earth that Nolan abandoned, because Nolan's going to be executed. But they took him alive. If they were going to execute him, they could have just done it there. So it's like, why are they taking him back alive? This is what I want to know. So I don't think they're actually going to execute him. I think that they're going to try to recondition him, because if he is the great Nolan, you're not going to want to get rid of one of your best soldiers. Not if you can help it. Because I feel like, little theory here, I feel like the Viltrumites are spread pretty thin. I think what they're not letting out there is that they're spread pretty damn thin right now, trying to conquer everybody. And they don't want people to know that. They need to keep their strongest and best out there to keep the illusion that they are able to hold this empire together. But there's only so many. Like, they killed off half their population and they keep killing off each other. So I'm thinking we're doing a numbers game here. Viltrum's losing big time. So I have a feeling that they're not going to kill Nolan. They're going to take him back, try to recondition him, try to bring him back into the program. And again, now that they know that he's got a huge weakness and that he loves his kids, the thing is, I don't know what happened to the baby. I don't know if Mark's brother actually managed to stay in the cave or if they went after him since that guy didn't die. I don't know. We didn't go back to find out. But if it is just Mark, then all the same, that's going to be still enough for Nolan to potentially be controlled by them again. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. That's a theory I'm throwing out there, but I don't know. I could be wrong. They could take out Nolan's character, but he feels like he's such a big part of this canon that I'd be surprised if they did. But anyhow, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. The stuff with Mark is nuts. He's got a lot to digest. I'm wondering how much of this he's going to tell anyone, if he's going to tell his mom. He's definitely not going to tell Cecil. I don't know how he's going to handle this. This is a lot for him to carry, and I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for him. He needs help, that's for sure. But where do you go? How do you get help? His dad was his best option, and now he's not there. And we still have weird Mega Brain floating around somewhere trying to figure out how to take Mark out. But at least now Mark is stronger than he was at the beginning of the season. Outside of that, we had really light touches on Adam Eve. Looks like she is still very much struggling with this. Where do I go? What do I do? I thought my powers were helping people, but now I realize I can hurt people. Like, she's struggling. She's struggling hard right now. And we saw that she picked that fight with whoever that cannon guy was. And she was really just taking her frustration out on him when she really could have taken him out pretty easily. All that property damage, almost had a couple lose their lives because she was so focused on getting her revenge. And so, yeah, I think old girl needs to center herself. She needs to reset. She needs to figure out what she wants to do. What does she actually want? Like, I know she wants to help people, but I think she needs to figure out how she wants to do that. And now that she's gone back home, parents, that's usually a place we go when we want to get ourselves back to zero. So hopefully she'll be able to figure out what she needs. It looks like she was trying to reach out to Mark because she likes to talk to him, but we all know he's got a very heavy plate of his own right now. So yeah, I hope she figures that out. We'll have to see how that goes going into the upcoming episode. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode. Like, that was crazy. That was a lot. Mark's got a lot going on. I don't know. Like, I'm feeling for Nolan a little bit, but if he's got to go, I'm not going to be that sad about it either, because it is what it is. You reap what you sow. But I really like that at the end, Nolan's last words to Mark were, remember what I did, remember that I did good, and read my books. Read my books. So there's got to be something in those books about maybe Viltrum or weaknesses in Viltrumites maybe that Mark needs to know. So I do hope that he does read them and doesn't just think his dad was being vain in the last few moments. So, good episode, guys. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please leave a like on this video and some comments below, and we will see you in the next video.